So glad to be here, glad to be back on. Like Dorothy clicked her heels, and there's no place like home. Love traveling, love going to new places and enjoying new things. Uh, but I'm glad to be home. So, listen, I'm sitting in for our phenomenal Chief Sales Officer Phyllis Nash this morning. I want to share and kind of be a little transparent about something that I recently experienced in my own life. um, we're all at different intervals doing our reset or our refresh, our 7 day or our 21-day cleanse. And so I've done a few of them. I've done about four different ones, and they have totally transformed my life. What I'm more excited about is when I've done another scan and seen the improved results. But just recently I did one, and then 10 days, probably maybe 14 days after the cleanse, I popped out with a rash. And it threw me away. It blew me away because it was so long after I had done the cleanse. And after speaking with Sharon and Dr. Prince and others, I found out that now I had reached and really gotten some toxins that had been lying dormant in my body. And so, hey, it was taking care of those things, which that's a great thing. But in the midst of that, I was instructed to drink some wheat grass. Now, here's the thing that about those instructions. I had never had wheatgrass in my life, and the way it was told to me was, um, you need to drink some wheatgrass. Dr. Prince used to got a rash, and he built up to drink about 8 ounces of wheatgrass. So all I heard was he built up to drink 8 ounces of wheatgrass. And here's what I thought: if Dr. Prince had to build up to drink anything, it must be nasty. That was just my thought. It must be nasty. And anybody that knows me knows I don't like nasty. And really, I don't do nasty, but that's all I heard. So I had a preconceived idea about wheatgrass. I had a preconceived notion. I had already taken in my brain everything about it. And then, with the help of my fellow rebounders, we had the discussion, and they convinced me to go ahead and get that wheatgrass. Because I needed to get it, right? Then, when I drank the wheatgrass, it wasn't nasty. Because to me, anything that's not as nasty as our bitters is not nasty. I'm just saying, if you've ever had the bitters, you know what I'm talking about. But I found out it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So it made me think, how many other preconceived ideas do we have about stuff that hinders us or slows our progress down because we have mentally accepted a truth that is a lie? We have mentally accepted something that is not even true, that has no foundational proof. We haven't even tried it yet. How do you know? But see, there are things in our mind. A preconceived idea is a belief or an opinion or a judgment that we form about something or someone before we have any direct experience about it or any sufficient evidence. That's that. How many of you have a preconceived idea about something, or you've had one and you found out it wasn't even that way? Maybe it was about a person, place, or thing. Maybe it's about doing something as it relates to your business that you've got a preconceived idea about it, and it's holding you back from stepping forward in faith to try it. Because nothing beats a failure but a try. And sometimes these preconceived ideas, they even influence how we perceive it and how we interpret something. Somebody can say something to us and we take it the wrong way only because of our own preconceived ideas. And they lead us to an biased or an inaccurate conclusion. So what do we do? What do we do about our preconceived ideas? I'm going to cover 10 things maybe that you can do about your own preconceived ideas because we all have them. We all have them about certain things. We all have already made a decision about something. I hear a person say, "I don't like this kind of food." Have you ever eaten it? No. How do you know you don't like it? What you don't like is what you think about it mentally already, what you've already received in your mind about that particular food. You haven't tried it. You haven't tasted it from that person's skillet or from that person's restaurant. Just because it was bad in one place doesn't mean it's going to be bad everywhere else. And we take on those same concepts in our business. We hear what we should do. We hear who we should talk to. We think about what has happened in the past. So here are 10 steps, 10 things. One, you got to be aware, awareness to prevent, because we don't want any preconceived idea to hinder our flow or hinder our progress or hinder our growth in life, and definitely not in our business. So, number one, awareness. Be aware of what your preconceived ideas were. If I recognize as soon as I drank the wheatgrass, that I had already mentally decided it was going to be nasty, and it wasn't. Be conscious of your own preconceived ideas and accept that they exist. Recognize their presence so that you can start assessing them and you can start moving forward to change them. Number two, open mindedness. Sometimes, guys, we're so close minded. We're so set, we get set in our ways, especially those of us who are a little bit older. We get so close minded. That's why I tell people that I work with the deep dive, if you already think you can't learn, you can't learn. If you already think this technological age is too far for you, it is. And that's why you have to make up your mind and first and foremost, be open minded. As long as you've got a brain, you can still learn how to do something new. So be open minded, cultivate an open minded attitude, be willing to consider that there's another alternative. We're not in the fax age, we're not in the pager age anymore. We're not using the rotary dial. You might have one, but we're not really using it. Yeah. We've got remote controls, we've got cars that start without you even being in the car. And some of you have that. And you've learned to do some things. If you've learned to do anything that's beyond your era, then you can learn to do anything. So be open minded. Number three, critical thinking. Critical thinking. Develop your own critical thinking skills to evaluate things and to look at them objectively. And when you assume something, question that assumption and find some evidence to back it up. Yeah, check it out. See if it's real. I was able to check it out because I went and bought the wheatgrass and drank it. That was me to prove if it was nasty or not. I would never know today if I didn't check it out. Number four, seek other perspectives. That's what helped me. I sought other perspectives around me. We were on the rebounding group and we talked it out. I shared the information. And because I heard other perspectives, it gave me the incentive to go and get it and try it for myself. So you got to engage with other people who've tried something you haven't tried before, people with different backgrounds and viewpoints. That's what's wrong in the world we live in. We're so close minded about our own little world and our own little culture when there are all kinds of cultures all around us. But you got to seek those diverse perspectives. Number five, self reflection. You got to take a look at yourself. Look at your own thoughts and your own beliefs. All of us, we come from different cultures and different backgrounds, and that doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it carte blanche that this is the only way it can be. There are foods that are great that some of us have never tried because we are just that's just the way we are. We're not going to try nothing. But you got to self reflect and understand where that preconceived idea came from. It may have came from something that you've experienced in your background, in your life, in your childhood, in your upbringing. But again, that does not make it be the way it has to be. Number what? Number six. Number six, educate yourself. Educate yourself. Learn more about the subject or the individual. Somebody tells you about somebody, and all of a sudden we got a preconceived idea about that person, and you haven't met them. They haven't treated you that way. There might be a reason why they went through what they went through with that person. We make judgments based on input that we get from somebody else. So what you got to do, educate yourself. That's why I give Dr. Crawford so much kudos about what she did when she looked up that education piece about our new aronia berry juice. I mean, that helped all of us because she took the time to check it out, to indulge. I love our medical advisory board because they know how to do that deep dive research that gave us more insight. And then when Father Farmer, not Father Farmer Tony spoke on it, it gave us even more insight. So educate yourself, learn. Don't take for granted that what it is if you haven't learned yourself. Don't assume that something is a certain way if you have not done the investigation. Number seven, have empathy. Have empathy and try to understand somebody else's perspective, somebody else's experience, because that can give you compassion and change the biases that we might have. Number eight, mindfulness. Practice mindfulness. Practice, what do I mean? In the present. What's going on right now? Stay present. Okay, what happened in the past is in the past. Matter of fact, when you drive your car, do you spend more time looking through the front mirror or the rear view mirror? No, the front, right? You just glance at the rear view mirror. You don't focus on the rear view mirror. So whatever happened to you in the past that's giving you a preconceived idea, something didn't taste good, something didn't work good, your business is not moving forward because you've got preconceived ideas. Because let me tell you something, guys, anything that can happen for one person can happen for you. Let me say that again. Anything, anybody in this company that can reach the ranking of emerald, diamond, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 star. If anybody has done it, and they have, we've got several 2-star diamonds, we got a bunch of 1-star diamonds, we got a lot of emeralds and rubies, we've got sapphires. If anybody has done that, guess what? It can happen for you. So you've got to understand and be mindful that it can happen. And then number 9, feedback. Be open. See, if I wasn't open for that feedback to tell me about that wheatgrass, there's no way I would have tried. I still would have been thinking, I don't do nasty. I'm not going to even try it. And how many things do we block in our lives because we're not open to the feedback from others? Especially when they point out our biases, when they point out the things that we're thinking that really might not be the truth. I mean, constructive criticism. No, I'm not talking about somebody that's just downer on you. No, you want to be around people that empower you, but you got to stay open to feedback. And don't ask somebody what you think if you don't really want to know what they think. It's like the man who asked his wife, Sinbad. He did this comedy skit, and he said his wife asked me, "Do I look better than her?" And he said, "Don't make me lie to you, baby." See, some of us want people to lie to us, but you got to be open for feedback. And then number 10, and this might be the most important one because this is going to help you be successful in our business right here at Akana. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Even if others are not patient with you, be patient with yourself because it takes change. We always have to be in a position to change. And we're not always good at it, but we got to change. Some of our beliefs are so ingrained even about our own business, what we're not going to do, what we can't do. I'm not the kind of person that can talk to people. I'm not the kind of person that can go up to a stranger. All of that's ingrained in us. You can be what you need to be. If somebody told you, if you go talk to that person, I'll give you $1 million, I bet you open up your mouth. So be patient with yourself. Changing ingrained belief, it takes time and it takes effort. And one of the beautiful things that I've heard in regarding this network marketing opportunity is that network marketing is what? It is changing our lives. It is you becoming a better person. It is you coming out of your comfort zone. And along with that, you get a compensation plan attached to it. So be patient with yourself as you work on overcoming all of our, see, I said our, I'm included, all of our preconceived ideas. Listen, guys, have a great, wonderful Akana kind of day. Bye for now.